The film starts in the past and we are shown a deity. And he was trying to stop wars between humans. But his companions betrayed him and he dies just like that. And the sisters of the deity decide to kill and enslave the humans to take revenge. And they also involve all the evil gods in this work. And it is shown to Erlen, the main character of the film. And he comes with his master to break the barrier between earth and heaven. Through this hindrance, the evil goddess enslaves man. Erlen is in the sky among the clouds and wants to break this barrier. But he doesn't know how he will break this barrier. Meanwhile, flying weapons attack him from the clouds. And he controls them with his weapon. And meanwhile, a goddess appears from the clouds and her master tries to talk to the goddess. The goddess says that in exchange for the death of their brother, human beings will have to give their soul. And during the conversation, she shows them an astrolabe. With its help, he has created this barrier between earth and heaven. Erlen sees the astrolabe and then turns to Devi to attack it. And Erlen attacks Devi several times. He tries to fight her. But Erlen doesn't have the power to compete with the goddess. Hence his attack does not affect the goddess. And as soon as the goddess attacked Erlen, her attack fell heavily on Erlen. And in the middle of their fight, Erlen's boss arrives. And he once throws the goddess far away with his attack. He says, "I will handle this goddess, you go and break that astrolabe." And just like this, the barrier will be broken and this goddess will also come to an end. And Erlen immediately rushes to the astrolabe. Before he can attack the astrolabe, Devi attacks him with her magic fireball. And Erlen couldn't escape those fireballs. And he falls too far. The ball of fire did not leave him and formed a circle around him. And there was a huge explosion and the scene was cut here. Next, Erlen is shown in a room. He could not identify which place it was and after coming out he came to know that it is a village. And he learns that the villagers might have saved his life. And suddenly the sky became dark and a woman appeared. And she was looking at the crowd around her with a serious face. And some people in black masks were moving towards him with a car. The girl's name is said to be Moon, and the black-masked men are companions of the goddess. Those who are the people of the goddess who made man a slave. At this time the girl is sacrificing her life to save the humans. Before she can get into the car, her brother pulls her backward with the help of a rope. And the boy convinces them that they will not sacrifice for those women. The boy fights men wearing black masks to save his sister. They then become furious and combine their energies to transform into a giant monster. And the terrible demon was furious and was attacking the people in anger. And people were running away in fear of the monster. This creature was attacking them and throwing them in the air. In this situation, while everyone was running, the girl saw a little girl sitting on the road. And he goes to her to save her. And this demon is also shown chasing them. But the girl Erlen arrives before the monster attacks. And Erlen punches the monster. Because of this, the monster falls far away while flying in the air. And thus the fight between them ended. And the girl stands up and says thanks to her savior. Then the village leaders come to him and say that this is not the right time to celebrate. Now Devi, instead of refusing, will attack us badly. Around the same time, a man standing beside the old man looks at Erlen's pendant. And they learn from this symbol that he is a savior god. And they think Erlen came here to help humans. But Erlen denied him. He says that I am not a deity, but I am a semi-god, and there is no doubt that I am born in heaven. But my body is as mortal as humans. And hearing all this, the village leader wants Erlen to help them. He also shows them the picture of the goddess who was making the people of the village her slave. Seeing the sketch, Erlen remembers that she is the same goddess with whom she fought in heaven. And he promises everyone that he will help them to drive away from the evil god. But to eliminate that deity, he needs a special weapon. And it is called Slayer of Gods. And that weapon is inside a god tower. Here Moon says that she too will accompany Erlin because she has the power to see the real faces of the demons. They are then shown on their way to pick up that weapon. Moon was trying to talk to Erlin on the way. But Erlin senses that someone is following them. As Erlin tries to expose him, she learns that the man following them was Moon's brother. And his brother also joins his mission. Here they see a mysterious restaurant in the middle of the forest. After that, they went inside, and there some people were eating food. They sit at a table. Here comes a lovely girl from the second floor. And the girl goes to Erlin and offers her a drink. But Erlin refuses to drink. And while bringing it in front, he grabs her hand. Because he felt that everything was wrong here. He tells Moon and his brother that this is all an illusion. Because all the clients are working at the same speed. Moon closes his eyes as he wants to use his powers to learn about the demons. And he comes to know that the girl in front has no face. That means he had no lips on his face. As soon as he learns that the girl is a daemon, he is horrified. And as soon as Moon tells the truth, the restaurant reverts to its original form. It was an old house full of skeletons. And the fight between the demon and Erlin begins. Erlin attacks the demon, but she escapes from his attack. She collects all the weapons around her and attacks Erlin with them. And while running, Erlin runs to the other side. Here Moon saw that the girl's pin had something strange written on it. And Moon takes the pin out of her hair while she was attacking Erlin and her brother. Erlin uses her weapon to make a shield to avoid the girl's attack. And that's when Moon has time to erase that word from the pin. And they learn that, because of this, the man sitting at the table and writing immediately disappears. And the lips are visible on that girl's face too. Now the girl narrates her story to them. She says that in fact, I was born with the writing of that man. He was fond of being a god. But gradually, he made mistakes in his writing. And he turned into a soul after death. After this the girl gave a candle to Moon. And she disappears into the air. After that they continue their journey the next morning. And they reach their destination tower. But before going inside the tower they find another entrance. And inside they encounter another evil daemon. The demon says, "We will play a game." Saying this, he makes bamboo sticks stand there. And he tells them that you have to take out the sword without touching my back. If you can't do that, you will become a stone. Like there were many people who turned to stones. Thereafter, he attacks them. Moon's brother was trying to get out of the area. But Daemon was moving fast towards her. Erlin saves his companion from him with the help of his weapon. Just as Erlin rescues the man, he pulls on Daemon and hangs him by his rope. And this makes his sword fall. In this way, they grab his sword without touching it. And they take away his sword without touching it. As soon as they find the sword, a portal opens. It will take them to the next level. The demon comes down before they reach the next level. And Moon's brother tries to stop the demon. During this, the demon turns the man into stone. But Erlin and Moon reach another level. But I get depressed about Goddess reaching the next level. Because his brother dies in front of him. Erlin explains to him that if we get the sword, whose name is Slayer of Gods, we can save your brother too. During the conversation, the things around him turned into crystals. And another demon appears. She says that when they make her sketch correctly they will get a portal to the next level. Moon uses his powers to see the real face of the monster. And they draw that demon's blueprint properly. They reveal that her real face is Crystal. Seeing that they have completed their mission, the gods open another portal. Everything seems to be destroyed as soon as the portal is opened. Erlin and Moon reach the portal. Erlin comes out of the portal. But the urine gets stuck there. Erlin tries to drag Moon closer to her. But Moon tells him to get the weapon that can save the humans. and say that I am fine here. The portal disappears as soon as Erlen leaves his hand. Now Erlen's last enemy stood in front of Erlen. He tells Erlen that he will get the weapons if he wins the fight. Next, Erlen fires his weapon. But it doesn't seem to affect the daemon. Next, Erlen attacks him with electric waves. But the enemy throws Erlen far away with the help of these waves. Erlen does not accept his defeat and stands up and collects all the weapons he has. And he attacks the demon. But evading the attack, he kills Erlen. Erlen thinks he'll go all out this time because he doesn't have the power to defeat Daemon. That's when he remembers that he has lost his friends to reach here. If he does not defeat those demons, then humans will be the slaves of those gods for many years. Thinking this, he stands up and kills the demon. Daemon then disappears and gets into his weapon. Because of this, the shape of his weapon changes. Here, he learns that the Slayer of Gods is not a weapon. It is a power that comes within man, to eliminate things like them. During this, Erlen feels a voice behind her. He learns that Moon is still alive. And Moon's brother also comes here. And the boy tells them that he has successfully defeated the demon. In exchange for killing him, he got Daemon's sword as power. And Moon also reveals that he got his teleportation power when he defeated the Crystal Demon. Before they can celebrate their power, the tower begins to collapse. And they run outside. As they come out, the goddess Erlen was fighting with at the beginning of the film appears. She thanks him, saying that he has helped her in opening the tower. Now after the opening of this tower, many more powers have come to him. Saying this, she disappears, and Erlen chases the goddess using Moon's teleportation power. Here they fight the evil goddess. But the power of the evil goddess was greater than her power. And in each of their attacks, she was defeating them. And the goddess is shown attacking Erlen. This makes him fall a long way. And blood starts pouring out of his mouth. With this, she attacks Erlen with her second weapon. Here Moon was trying to stop the goddess's weapon using his powers. But her powers were nothing in comparison to the powers of that goddess. And she dies while saving her friend from this attack. Erlen is saddened by Moon's death. Because he likes her. And he realized that it is the power of God to take care of his precious things. He was sad because of the death of his friend. And this pain gives him strength. And it turns him into God. And the third eye appears on his forehead. After this, Erlen raises her weapon and goes to the goddess. The goddess was attacking him with her weapons. Now Erlen was powerful and evading her attack. Goddess was worried why her attacks weren't affecting Erlen. And she gathers her powers and attacks Erlen. But Erlen easily escapes this attack. After this, Erlen hit his weapon on the ground. And because of that, everything perishes. He then moves to the astrolabe shown at the beginning of the film. As he removes the astrolabe, the sisters of the goddess also appear on it. And Erlen proceeds to eliminate them. But they combine their powers and turn into a giant god. Next, Erlen uses his third eye laser to attack the giant creature. Due to this, the three goddesses get separated and come to Earth. Just as Erlen was about to end them, here someone else enters. And this old man was Erlen's mentor that we saw at the beginning of the movie. And he seals those deities in a paper. And until they realize their mistake. And he says that according to the powers you have, you also have responsibilities. And then Erlen again goes to the village that is shown at the beginning of the film. He remembers his friend and promises him that he will look for her in the next life. And with that, the film ends here.